I'm going to round out this module by spending a little time talking about how we can get better at using questions strategically in our communication if that's something we want to do. So, what can we do to get better at asking questions? I tried to come up with an acronym for this. We'll call it the DISC approach. So, first, ditch our autopilot conversation scripts. You know what I mean, or you might know what I mean. So, we go on autopilot so much when we're talking with other people. We just kind of, hey, how you doing? Good. How are you? Yeah, great, man. That's great. So we're going to have to be more mindful about actually using questions and break out of those comfortable scripts if we want to get better at asking questions. So there's one. Second one, slow down and really focus on others. There is so much going on in all of our lives, and the pace of life is super fast. And if our pace of life isn't fast, the second we go online, it accelerates. There is so much competing for our attention, so much going on so quickly. So this is going to take some effort. Really slow down to focus on others and figure out, okay, hey, how are they doing? No, I really want to know what's going on with them. Like, notice the curiosity in that tone. Like, yeah, all right, I'm just kind of curious and really wanting to figure out, okay, what's going on with someone else. Taking a minute to slow down and appreciate how they're doing. This is going to be hard. Those of you who, like, if you're listening, you're like, hey, that's a good idea, I want to do this. Yeah, you're going to fail a bunch of times probably because it's not a habit you've developed yet. And I screw it up a lot of the times. I'm like, oh, I should have slowed down and really listened. So the best thing you can do is, if that happens, is at least acknowledge, recognize it. And then in the future, like, sometimes I do this when I'm trying to remember someone's name. Like, I have to remind myself, okay, pay attention to remember this name and actually turn it on. Like, turn on that part of me that tries to remember their name. It's the same thing with really focusing on others. Unless you're a natural at it, unless you're one of those responsives, those high responsiveness types, it might be hard for you. But or if you're one of those responsive types, it's probably very easy for you to just tune into others. But if it's not that easy, that's going to take a little bit of work. So you catch yourself when you fail, and then you remind yourself to turn that on the next time you're in a relevant situation. And this is something easy to practice with friends. You could just pick a spot, a time during your day. Like, all right, the next person I run into, I have a little time. I'm actually going to try to focus on them and really how they're doing. And I'm just going to listen. I'm not going to worry so much about talking about myself. So that's one thing you can do. So DS. So what was it? Ditch, autopilot, slow down. And the third one is set the stage. So these are just things that can help us do the second thing. Find a location that invites us to slow down. Might be relaxing, not too much distraction, just something that lets us kind of focus on the other person. And then, yeah, I know it seems like this is probably my agenda everywhere. Like you probably picture me going around yelling at people for having their phones out. I don't care. But when you really need to be focusing on someone else, I would encourage you not only to put it away, but completely away and out of view. And there's actually research that says even if there's a phone in the room and it's not ours, it can be distracting. So don't even have it out. And then silence it unless you're expecting an important call. And by the way, they're not all important. So most of them are not important. So you can get away with silencing it more than you think. Try this out. Try putting it away and see how it works. See how your attention changes. So try to maybe do this, the second and third stages, the slow down and the set the stage thing together. Okay, I'm going to make a point today to really remove the distraction and sit down with someone and really hear them out and be curious about how they're doing. So and see how it goes. Maybe you'll hate it. Maybe you'll be like, I missed the distraction, and I don't like listening, and I hate questions. Fair enough. But at least you'll know if you try it. Finally, have a curious attitude. Well, you saw this one coming. What's going on with others, and why are they doing what they do? And assuming that there are reasonable answers. Like if we're suspicious, we will not have a curious, open-minded tone. We'll be like, well, what the hell's going on with them? you know. But no, hey, I'm kind of curious what they're going to say. Why did they do that very annoying thing? I'm looking forward to hearing an answer to that. And wherever it takes me, fair enough. So again, if this isn't you, and you have some interest in trying to use this as a strategy, then I think you ditch your normal script, you slow down. If you need to, you set the stage, and you really try to focus on what's going on with others. And I think you might not always like it, but I bet there will be times where you'll be glad you did that. So, and we'll practice it in class, and we'll work at it. So that's it for this module.